everyone, and welcome to the Homebuyers Town Hall Corona. My name is Jenny Gonzalez, Realtor with Keller Williams. My license number is 01249788, and I'm very excited to be hosting today's show on the Powers Now TV. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can see today's episode along with past and future episodes on the Powers Now TV app on your phone and streaming devices. Today's show is being sponsored by Eric Frazier from First Bank. We have an exciting show for you today. First, I'm going to go into some market data on what's happening in Corona. Then I have a special video for you from the city council members and some community members talking about why Corona is such a special place to live. Then we have Golden State Finance Authority today, and they will be talking about down payment assistance. Then quickly, I will announce a listing I just picked up today in Corona. That's our show lineup. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into the market.
The Powers Now magazines are the leading resource for real estate agents, mortgage bankers, entrepreneurs, and small home ownership businesses, providing leaders with business strategy information, resources, and tools through PIN, real estate, programming guide magazines. Stay up to the minute with real estate news and information from industry experts. Subscription is free. Sign up today. thepowersnow.com. thepowersnow.com.
So I want to talk about the market numbers in Corona, and this is in Corona only. And this is based off of the information I get off the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite with Altos. So our average median list price is at $825, which was up from a couple of weeks ago. And I've got to be honest, we really don't know what's going on with the market right now. It goes up and down every time I come on. What I do see is the per square foot is starting to dip really fast. We were about $360 per square foot, and now we're down to $356. We also are seeing longer days on market. We're seeing 14 to 29 days on market. Just over the last week, we went from 7 to 14 days minimum days on market. Now I want to talk about price decreases. This shows us what's going on in the market with this shift that we're having. 24% of the listings over the last week have had price decreases. And that is opposed to 4% having price increases. Only 3% of the inventory has relisted their properties if they were expired or withdrawn. And inventory is up. We were trying to get up to 200. We're at 205 listings in Corona today. Yes, that is still low, but at least we have it over 200, which is a really good thing. And rent, we're down to, I know it's high, we're down to $3,300 as average rent in Corona. And $3,400 was last week. Now our index has gone down from 95 to 83 when it comes to market. So once we get to around 50, it's going to be a buyer's market. So right now we're still seeing a seller's market, but beware because of the higher interest rate, there's going to be less buyers out there, but they're going to be the serious buyers out there. So you need to remember that. Those that are out there that are purchasing property are actually serious at this time. So that is my market update. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to have a great talk with the city of Corona.
Many Californians fear that they will not be able to pay their rent next month. Financial education and literacy are the catalyst for relief. So what resources are out there? A State of California program connects you with a HUD-certified housing counselor who can assist you on your financial education journey with no cost to you. Call today at 1-800-569-4287. Again, that is 1-800-569-4287.
And we're back. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Homebuyers Town Hall Corona. Please go to thepowersnow.com and check out our other TV shows, magazines, podcasts, and special events. The Powers Now is a great resource for anyone looking to buy or sell real estate. In advance, I want to thank the City of Corona for being such a transparent, community-involved, and fun place to live. I will now let Mayor West speak and the rest of the crew take a deep dive into why Corona is such a great place to work and live.
You can't go anywhere without a plan. I mean, you can kind of wing it, and there's a lot of good things that have happened from winging it, but you can't run a city, you can't run a large company unless you have a plan, a really good plan.
A strategic plan is really important for a city because it's the guiding document for our city. It's where it is that we want to be in 5 years. I think of it more as like a bit of a contract, right, between like the government and the people. We've come together, we've agreed that these are the things that are important to us. And now it's, our job to decide and define how it is that we get to those points.
A great plan is only the starting place, and a lot of people do strategic planning, they come up with plans, but where the magic really happens is in the execution of that plan and bringing it to life, actually doing what you said you're going to do.
We invested a lot of time to get feedback from the community and make sure that what the citizens were saying is reflected in our plan. We're converting those plans into action.
One of the things that we built into this was a very robust performance measurement system so that we didn't just come up with some great ideas and leave them on a shelf, but we really developed a system to make sure that those things that we set out to do, that we're actually going to accomplish them. And that starts with transparency and reporting and accountability. We do quarterly reports.
Vice Mayor, now I'll jump in and we will go through quickly our Q2 strategic plan implementation progress. As a quick reminder, our plan has a single vision for our community. We all work together with one purpose. There's 6 value statements, 6 goals, 21 objectives, 138 strategic actions, and 125 performance indicators and milestone measures to help us understand whether or not we're making progress towards the goals that we set.
Good thing for us and for the residents of the city that Jacob is he's a planner.
This isn't a plan that's just living on a shelf. It's a living, breathing action, call to arms, a call to action.
We are on the cusp of some really amazing things coming to Corona, whether it's our downtown revitalization, improvements in healthcare, supporting our business community, bringing in more of those business amenities or community amenities that people want to hear about, investing in our parks, building out trails, improving our infrastructure, reforesting the city, having an incredible urban forest.
It's impressive. It's impressive, from the little things to the really big things. And I look at what we have on the plan to go for the next 5 years or the next 3.5 years. And they're all equally impressive. And I'm excited about all of them because I see all of them happening, every single one of them.
We have a 5-year implementation schedule that outlines exactly what we're going to do in that plan every year. A wise man once said, what gets measured gets done. And we have a lot of measurements to make sure that the things that we set out to do, we're going to get them done.
We are bold. My definition of being bold is probably be taking risks in life, putting things aside that are less prioritized than others, sacrificing things, supporting each other because you have to work with others. You have to be kind to others, be a group person to understand that it takes people in a community to run the world.
You could have this great plan, you could have this incredible strategic plan, you could have all the pieces in the right places, but if you don't have the money to do it, it's going to be really tough.
Past 2 years, the city has made incredible strides in really shoring up our financial stability. One of the things that we needed to fix was our unfunded pension liability. Cities all across California have this. It's a major problem, and it's something that I'm really proud of the work that our team and our council has been able to do together.
Issuing pension obligation bonds. By doing so, it actually saved the taxpayers $166 million. And there's not much you can do where you can say, hey, I saved the city $166 million.
Imagine having a bunch of credit cards with high balances and then getting one bank loan with a really low fixed rate, paying it all off, cutting up the credit cards, and making consistent, aggressive payments towards that bank loan.
If it wasn't for Corona residents supporting the sales tax measure, we would have not been in a position to be able to issue those bonds, to be able to get our credit rating increased twice, and to achieve those savings.
What we're doing is creating some sustainability for just not today, but for the future. We want to make sure that we're putting programs in place and setting up this city to be successful for many, many years to come.
Miss Sitton is an absolute rock star. She really is. She has been wonderful at taking a somewhat complex financial document and breaking it down into manageable pieces that the average person can understand.
Kim Sitton, our finance director, she's going to take the first part of this to provide the Q2 budget update.
Thank you for the opportunity to update you on where we are through Q2. We're going to start off with taking a look at the general fund. So some good news to report on the general fund inflows. We are projecting an increase.
She's very well spoken about it. She makes it very simple for us to understand. And she's always available for questions, not just for me, but anybody that wanted to.
A city's financial health is really, really important because ultimately what allows us to provide services is having the financial backing to have good people, have good equipment, good processes, and the right infrastructure in place to serve the community.
You're able to free up capital to do things for the community, parks, recreation, activities, infrastructure.
If you don't have the financial backing to do that, you're really severely hampered in your ability to take care of your community.
We are humble. Being humble means that accepting and adapting to the fact that everybody is equal. You are not superior against each other. If you follow that principle, then your humility will automatically come into play. And that's what people will like about you. And that's how you should be able to communicate to your community.
California has the highest percentage of homelessness in the country, and Corona's not immune to it. However, we've taken big steps to address those things. We've invested about $3.5 million in the last 2.5 years. We've hired probably the best I call the homeless czar, and Karen Roper.
We're building a system of services. A lot of cities get this wrong. They might fund a street outreach program. They might fund an emergency shelter program. But to effectively address homelessness, you have to have a system of services. The system of services starts with street outreach to build relationships, engage people in services, which we have between CityNet and our police department HOPE teams.
There's a counselor that's assigned to the CBAT for short, the Community Behavior Assessment Team, and that individual rides full-time, 40 hours a week with our HOPE officers, our homeless outreach psychological evaluation team members. And the goal is to provide assistance to those experiencing mental health crisis situations before it becomes a repeat habitual problem for the individual.
From there, you need to be able to place people in crisis stabilization shelter, which we have. We have through our motel program, which comes with wraparound services, and we're going to have that at the Harrison shelter, where we will have on-site supportive services, and a clinic, and many other crisis stabilization services. But to truly end homelessness, you don't want to just manage it in shelter and recycle people from shelters back to the streets. You have to have permanent housing. And the City of Corona is doing that. We are developing affordable housing as well as permanent supportive housing for our homeless.
Nobody deserves to be out there living in their car. Every human being should be able to live, in a room, at least in a bed, and have a shower and have a bed to sleep in. I lost my job. A month later, my mom died. 6 months later, I'm divorced. Everything hit me at once. I'm a military veteran, so I'm a persistent guy, I'm not gonna give up. And so I just continued to drive for DoorDash, Postmates, Lyft, everything I could. A lot of it had to do with my daughters. They were worried about me a lot, so I said I have to go there and be happy. Well, I haven't had them in 4 years. I haven't had, even actually 6 years, I haven't had a way to have my kids over anywhere. They can visit me in my car, right? So they got me a place 2 miles away from where my kids live. They said, we're eating steak today because this is like a celebration. I got a place, and now I can have them over. Thank you to the City of Corona, because of them that I'm in a position where I'm at right now. Because everybody worked together, and if it wasn't for the City of Corona, what kind of programs would there be?
We have our nonprofit partners, we have our police department, we have the county housing department, we have the county's behavioral health department. We have multiple faith partners in the community of Corona. We have the Chamber of Commerce. I could go on and on. It's a family of public and private agencies working to end homelessness in Corona.
It's been an honor of mine to work with Karen and the rest of the City of Corona team. We're so pleased that Karen had such an integral role as the vice chair of our continuum of care.
And I want to thank you for that leadership. It really resounds across the county.
You've given an excellent person, Karen, your resources, and she's done amazing things.
I've been doing this for 7 years, a little over 7 years. And back in the day, I didn't really feel we had the support of the city. Sorry. I have the support of the city now, and it goes so far. I cannot tell you how important it is.
When you can move folks from the streets, stabilization, and on to permanent housing, that's how you end homelessness one person and one family at a time.
We are honest. I speak for myself. For now, it's better than what it was before, because when you change stuff around yourself, honesty and trust in God and makes things better in life. When you're honest to yourself and to persons around you, they trust you with their hearts.
Downtown revitalization's been a thing since I was a kid. In the 70s and 80s. The downtown mall, never really reached its full potential of what it was supposed to be, and they've done these plans, for the last 25 years. We're finally in a position where I think we can take the next step.
The Downtown Revitalization Plan, it's really an effort, citywide effort, to make sure that we can transform the area here. We can provide a downtown that the community is really proud of.
We know that the City of Corona is going places and that our downtown is going to be amazing as soon as it can happen. But we need to get other people to buy in. The goal is for us to not only be very intentional with the plan, but simultaneously try and seek ways to make it happen. So this requires partnerships. It requires, investments from other entities that are not the city, that see the same value we see in our downtown. A perfect example is the Downtown Mall, which is right at the center of our downtown, where 6th Street and Main Street meet.
The lab, Little American Business, they've taken areas that were, blighted and not performing economically, and really, turn them around. These really cool places like the camp and the anti-mall, and they had this area in Costa Mesa called Sobeca, which is this really, eclectic, kind of neat place. They've done projects all over the place, and I'm excited that they've decided to come to Corona. And they've been hampered because of COVID. Some of their financing had fallen through. However, they're back. They've started on the South Mall. They came in to give a presentation to council and just blew me away.
By the way, my name is Shane Siddiqui. I'm the CEO of Lab Holding. And one of the things we're excited about here in the city of Corona is the opportunity to bring out all the young talent in the small businesses as opposed to more national tenants. The next step to this development is going to be South Mall, which we're starting now. So this is the view of the North Mall after we're done.
And that is falling in line very well with the larger downtown revitalization plan. So we're having these conversations with them. They're forming part of our stakeholder groups so that there is one cohesive identity throughout the downtown, and that includes the Corona Mall and other parts extending into and around Grand Boulevard. Give us your input, share your ideas, your feedback. Let us know what's important to you. We have had folks joining us in person, remotely, through the Zoom meetings. We've had community meetings in English and Spanish. So the coronacircle.com, which is a website that we created back in November, it is active. We've had over 30,000 interactions from that website since launching it.
So we're going to make it beautiful. We're under contract with Cosmont right now to develop a plan. We have the lab coming in, and we have a city manager who's gone through a downtown revitalization before. So as the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years unfold, you're going to see a lot of changes to the downtown.
It's a partnership in which no single entity has all the cards. But we're all in it together, and we all have this shared vision of where it's going to go. And there's a lot of momentum and a lot of enthusiasm to get us there. And I truly believe that we're going to get there this time.
We are driven. I think being driven is super important because you need to know your purpose, you need to know what you're doing in life, and you have to have goals that you can attain. It's been really nice living in the city of Corona, especially with kiddos. That parks has been kind of a big deal right now for us. And the city of Corona has been pretty driven in making sure that they have new parks that are opening up, asking for the public's advice and what stuff they want. And it's been pretty fun getting to explore and have fun seeing everybody making new friends at the parks here in Corona.
We have a Trails Master Plan. We're looking at ways to be able to use the interface that we have with the National Forest. I mean, we share 12 miles of border with the National Forest, and we've ignored it for years. So now we're going to engage in that, and we're going to make sure that's a big part of our city.
The Trails Master Plan really talks about far more than trails. It really talks about all of the open space in Corona.
It's been a goal of mine to preserve as much open space as you can so we can, keep some of the natural beauty that we have, but also provide access to, Skyline, Cleveland National Forest, the Prado Basin, Chino State Park, Santa Ana River Trail. All these things completely surround us, and it's an incredible front yard and backyard that we have.
Then you start thinking about all of those landscape maintenance districts. And so we have this open space that we haven't really integrated into how we think about walking outside, exercising outside, communing with nature, whatever that looks like for you. Really developing that culture and having that conversation with residents so they start talking about this is the culture of how we as Corona residents relate to our outdoor space. That's really sort of the pull of this second phase, is really to convene people, to have these communications, to talk about the philosophy, and then to market that. I mean, we want to make sure that Corona residents have wonderful access to open space, but we also want to attract people to Corona because of the amazing gateway and access that we offer.
It's something that's very important to the community. So we have been working really hard to establish that master plan to ensure that we are enhancing and providing trails throughout our community.
The key for us is inclusivity. This is everyone's plan. It's not just the hiker's plan, the biker's plan, the neighbor's plan. It is everyone's plan. So your call to action is always to engage. Tell us what you think. Come to a public meeting. Leave us a message on the website. Give us a call. Engage with us. We want to talk to you. We care about what you think.
We are kind. Kindness means treating everyone like family and friends, respecting everybody, and helping everybody be happy. It's really important to teach our young ones about kindness because they're our future and they're going to make this community even better.
I love this town. I raised my kids here. I grew up here. I've seen it change. I love the history of this town, and I want to contribute. An opportunity to give back to something that's given so much to me.
This is a place to come.
A sense of place is really important to a community, and having a place that you feel like you belong and you can enjoy.
It was so exciting this year to do the tree lighting and to be able to dress up, and it was very cute, and little kids would come up to me and I was dressed up in my little elf thing and they would say, "Oh, can I get my picture taken with you?" But it was such a beautiful night of community building.
The 4th of July and the parades that we would have, they were great, but I'm telling you, they're so much better now. They're amazing. They're one of the most important things I think that we do as a city is providing places for people to get together and enjoy themselves. Volunteering, giving of yourself to others is a wonderful thing. It makes you happy. It warms your heart. And I can tell you, we have our nonprofit organizations and our volunteers grow every single time that we have an event, and it's truly impressive.
The core of it, what it is service. It's building community through service. And we can do that without it having to be this massive thing, this once a year massive thing. It can be more sustainable if we actually break it down and have it be a more routine thing.
So we now have a schedule that provides a volunteer opportunity every single month. So one Saturday every single month, there's a way to engage with the city of Corona, whether that's cleaning up an area, doing a tree planting. Humans are wired for connection. And so a good special event or a good volunteer opportunity is about helping them to connect with other people.
We are a team. With just one individual, it's hard to get to your goals. For example, I'm raising a child with my husband. I can't do everything by myself, so he helps me where I can't.
As you can see, it's really difficult sometimes.
It's a struggle.
It's a struggle. So it's easy to give it to your partner, your teammates, to just offload some work and share the love for your child and your family.
And we're gonna make sure that we are going to make this happen. That and my hair got right in my face. We can do that over again.
I do. I could talk numbers for days.
How's that? High maintenance. All right.
You got it.
All right. We are a team.
Would you like them off? Okay. What a good boy. Hey, come on, son. Come on. Come on, son. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, we're good. We're almost done, son. We are.
I think it's important to be driven so that your family can see. Hi, Corona.
This is for your bloopers reel, Jacob.
Wait, no, you can speak from the heart.
I am going to speak from the heart. So when people volunteer, I'm just going to say this out of the blue, mainly aimed.
What is that? Get your own. Jeez. Don't swipe. He wants to be on camera. Don't swipe at it. Or it's going to sting you on purpose. That's what they do. Wow, he's just like, take that thing and smack him. Let him come back. Is he back? Yeah. Well, he loves you. Woo.
Man, that guy was intense, huh?
Yeah, he wouldn't let go, man. He wanted to die.
Thank you so much to the City of Corona, and that was so great to watch it hit every single point that I talked to everybody about when they asked me about what's so great about Corona. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about down payment assistance with Golden State Finance Authority. You're watching the Homebuyers Town Hall Corona on the Powers Now TV. We will be right back.
Want to keep up with the current developments happening in the world of real estate? The Real Estate Roundtable, hosted by Eric L. Frazier, is a show you do not want to miss. The show features a panel of VIP agents who are passionate about helping people. It is what they do best. They discuss today's hot topics, latest market updates and trends. The panel also conducts interviews with prominent figures in the industry. New episode every Friday live on Facebook and replay on the Powers Now YouTube channel.
And we're back. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Homebuyers Town Hall Corona. My name is Jenny Gonzalez. Please go to thepowersnow.com and check out our real estate magazine and HUD Home magazine. There are a lot of great deals for sale by our VIP agents on the Powers Now TV. Today we have Carolyn Sunseri from Golden State Finance Authority. Welcome, Carolyn, to the show.
Thank you for inviting me. The Homebuyer Town Hall from the Powers Now Media is a wonderful program for educating consumers about the home buying process and a great place to provide resources for both first-time homebuyers and returning homebuyers. Golden State Finance Authority is pleased to be a part of this program and to be able to share about our down payment assistance programs that can help people to purchase a home. Affordability in California is becoming more and more difficult for so many home buyers. Year after year, we hear from the Urban Institute and National Association of Realtors that the biggest challenge home buyers are facing is coming up with the cash resources for down payment and closing costs associated with purchasing a home. And so I am very pleased to be here today to provide an overview of our two down payment assistance programs, GSFA Platinum and GSFA Open Doors. Now, I won't be able to share all of the details of the programs today, but we will have a general overview of how they work and complete program guidelines, loan applications, the interest rates and APRs can be obtained from our GSFA participating lenders. We provide a list of all of our participating lenders on our website at www.gsfahome.org. So let's get started. For those of you who are not yet familiar with Golden State Finance Authority, welcome. We've been doing business in California for 29 years. We're a public entity dedicated to providing home ownership programs or affordable housing programs to California individuals and families. We have been able to help over 83,000 people to purchase a home in California in the last 3 decades, and we've provided over $640 million in down payment and closing cost assistance. Our programs feature 30-year fixed interest rate loans, FHA, VA, USDA, and conventional loans. But as a housing finance entity, Golden State Finance Authority has the ability to wrap down payment and closing cost assistance around those first mortgages, creating affordable housing programs. And so you as a home buyer are actually applying for a program while you are getting the mortgage loan. Our down payment assistance programs are designed to be easy and accessible to as many people as possible. First of all, you don't need to be a first-time home buyer to qualify. And you don't have to have perfect credit. We have programs that allow FICO scores as low as 620. Also, you can choose how much assistance you need. We provide assistance up to 7% of the loan, but you may or may not need all 7%. And that's where sitting down with a loan officer can help you decide where your needs are and what is the best program and the amount of the assistance that's best for you. The programs are available to both low and moderate income borrowers, and they're available throughout the state of California. So let's look at an example. Here we have a couple who are purchasing a home with a sales price of $565,000. They're going with conventional loan financing, which means that they're only required to put 3% down. By applying through the GSFA Open Doors program, they could qualify for up to 7% in assistance, which is about $38,363. That's enough to cover the 3% down, as well as leaving them about $21,000 to put towards their closing costs. In this scenario, this family could purchase a home with little to no money out of pocket. Now keep in mind, each scenario may be different, and it's important that a home buyer discusses their options with a loan officer. And you can also use some of your own cash to put towards the home purchase. Together with your participating lender, you can decide how much assistance you need. Now let's look a little closer at the GSFA down payment assistance programs in terms of their eligibility guidelines. The GSFA Platinum program is our most popular program, and I personally think it's because of the forgivability of the assistance, the fact that it is forgiven at some point. Up to 5% in assistance is available through GSFA Platinum. So an example is on a $400,000 loan, 5% in assistance is $20,000. So let's talk about that assistance. It comes in the form of a gift for certain occupations. Anyone who works in law enforcement, firefighters and support staff, a paramedic, an EMT, anyone who works in education, whether they are a teacher, an administrator, or support staff for the school, could be even a custodian or librarian, anyone who works in education. And the last field being medical and healthcare workers and all the support staff for them as well. Those occupations qualify for the assistance through Platinum as a gift, meaning that when escrow closes, all of the assistance that was provided to that home buyer is forgiven immediately, never has to be repaid. But you might be thinking, I don't work in these occupations. What is available to me? Well, the Platinum program still provides this 5% in assistance to other borrowers as well. The difference is that for the other borrowers, it comes in the form of a 0% second mortgage. It doesn't have any interest rate on that money. It doesn't have any monthly payments. And then after 3 years, the assistance is completely forgiven. Now we do have some eligibility guidelines concerning who can qualify, but they also are very flexible. For example, we are able to allow FICO scores down to 640 on the Platinum program, whether a home buyer is going with conventional financing or government financing. And the debt to income ratios can go as high as 50%, depending on the borrower's situation. Now, our second program is the Open Doors program, and it's structured a little bit different. There are advantages to both programs. And again, a loan officer can help a home buyer to determine which is the right fit. The main difference with the Open Doors program is that it provides more money in assistance, more money that can be used towards down payment and closing costs. Up to 7% is available through the GSFA Open Doors program. FICO score requirements can go down as low as 620 with the Open Doors program, and the debt to income ratios could go as high as 55%. With Open Doors, the assistance is set up a little differently, however. It is a 0% second loan for all borrowers qualifying for Open Doors, which means it doesn't have any interest rate and it doesn't have any payments. There's no monthly payments on that assistance, but it is repaid when the home is either sold, refinanced, or the mortgage term itself comes to an end. So the money that's provided in assistance does get repaid at some future date. But this program is structured to be a little bit more flexible in eligibility guidelines to provide more borrowers with options, and it provides more in assistance than the Platinum program provides. Those are the two main differences between the down payment assistance programs. Now let's look at some general guidelines for qualifying for the down payment assistance programs from GSFA. Both down payment assistance programs are intended for the purchase of a primary residence. So no investment properties, no vacation homes will qualify. And the borrower has to be intending to occupy that property. The income limits are very flexible. We don't actually have any income limits from Golden State Finance Authority on government loans. And the income limits that we do set on the conventional loan financing are actually quite high. I'm going to give you an example. In Riverside, LA, and San Bernardino County, we can allow an income up to $162,180, and the borrower can still qualify for down payment and closing cost assistance through GSFA. Now, the guidelines may seem very clear and simple, but the question I always get is the process harder? Is it going to take longer by qualifying for a down payment assistance program? Or is it going to hold up my escrow? So let's look at the timeline concerning utilizing these programs and how that affects a borrower. We can break down the process in 3 easy steps. The first one being working with a participating lender. You've got contact information for First Bank today, and I hope that you'll reach out to Eric Frazier. He can then sit down and go over your FICO score, your debt to income ratio, your income to make sure it qualifies within income limits if you go with conventional financing, and then find out, are you eligible within those certain occupations for the assistance to be a gift? Once you look at your eligibility, the lender is going to start their loan process, and that includes collecting documentation from you to qualify you for the mortgage. They lock in the interest rate on the mortgage, and they also get a reservation for those funds, the down payment assistance funds, at the same time, so that you know those funds will be there when you close escrow. The third step is simply the lender going through their normal process of closing that mortgage loan. We don't actually ask for the file to be sent back to Golden State Finance Authority for additional review. We put all of that ownership into our participating lender. And so there is no additional steps that are going to slow down the escrow or make this program any more complicated than if you were not getting down payment assistance. So I know I've shared a lot of information, and some of you may be thinking, this just seems too easy, seems too good to be true. And so what I'd like to do is to leave you with some stories and some actual videos that you can watch to hear real life people talk about using the programs, their experiences with the home buying process. And don't just take our word for it. I had the pleasure recently of interviewing a couple, the Mirandas, Edwin and Blanca Miranda. And I wanted to share with you a little bit of what they said about their home buying experience with Golden State Finance Authority. They purchased a home in San Joaquin County in 2021. And Edwin's told us it was just impossible to afford a home in the Bay Area. They were paying $2,100 for a 1-bedroom apartment in the San Jose area. And when COVID hit, homelessness was everywhere. People were being evicted. Everyone seemed to be in a survival mode. With our 2 children, there just wasn't enough space, and that your grant made our dreams come true. I actually did an interview with them recently. You can pull that up on our GSFA YouTube channel and watch it. They will talk about their different scenarios and challenges during the home buying process. They'll talk about what it meant to them to be here in the US, creating a family and security through home ownership. Blanca is an immigrant, and Edwin's family also were immigrants. And it's a beautiful story of just putting faith in the resources that are out there to help you purchase a home. And you'll get to hear their real story of using the GSFA programs. Another great one to watch is the Jeffersons. The Jeffersons story and video are also available on the GSFA YouTube channel. And in interviewing them, we got to hear about some financial challenges that they had returning to the home buying market, because they were home buyers at one time and lost their home. And these are great stories that just drive home the ease and flexibilities of the programs. So please follow us on the YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, watch these videos and see if these programs really are the right fit for you. And how do you get started? Well, you need to reach out to a GSFA participating lender. So reach out to Eric Lawrence Frazier, Vice President and Mortgage Advisor with First Bank. His phone number is 714-475-8629, or visit his website, buyhomeseminars.com. You can fill out a contact form and you can set up a personalized consultation with him. He's experienced in the GSFA programs. He can furnish you interest rates and APRs, check your eligibility, and then look at your specific needs. Just don't wait. We are in a very tight housing market. Prices continue to rise, and you have access to down payment and closing cost assistance today. Don't self-diagnose your own situation. Just take that first step, reach out and talk to Eric at First Bank. Find out what resources are available to you to help you, and get started today. I want to thank you again for having me on the show. Down payment assistance really can be a game changer. Oftentimes, it is the one thing that can help people to purchase homes sooner than they thought possible. Or by combining that assistance with your own funds, it may be what helps you to have greater purchasing power to buy a more expensive home. And keep in mind that by saving your own money, you might be able to use it towards home improvements in the future, or other things that may come up. So many options. Call Eric Frazier at First Bank. Find out if the program is the right fit for you. Remember, you can reach him at 714-475-8629, or you can go to his website, buyhomeseminars.com, to schedule a consultation regarding the GSFA down payment assistance programs.
Thank you, Carolyn. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap it up with a new listing.
Want to keep up with the current developments happening in the world of real estate? The Real Estate Roundtable, hosted by Eric L. Frazier, is a show you do not want to miss. The show features a panel of VIP agents who are passionate about helping people. It is what they do best. They discuss today's hot topics, latest market updates and trends. The panel also conducts interviews with prominent figures in the industry. New episode every Friday live on Facebook and replay on the Powers Now YouTube channel.
And we're back. For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Homebuyers Town Hall Corona. My name is Jenny Gonzalez. Please go to thepowersnow.com and check out our realtor and homebuyer seminars coming soon online. Register today and get your seat. I promise you will not be disappointed. Well, guys, I have a new listing I just picked up with a team member today. I only have a front picture for now, but here is the information. In the heart of Corona Greenbelt at 450 East Old Mill Road, this adorable 4-bedroom, 2-bath home is 1,660 square feet. It is a great deal. The tile flooring is still very modern. There's an open living room with a huge fireplace. The kitchen can use some updating, as well as a front bathroom if the buyer wants. I actually like the blue and white that they actually have in there now. The backyard is very cool and covered, so summer is not too hot, and they have misters. There are many flowers and plants that make this a beautiful yard, and the plants are staying because they're moving out of state a very long ways. And the plumbing has been updated as well as the roof, and it has a new air conditioning unit. They are motivated, so it will not last long. It's priced at $674,999. Contact me for an appointment. Thank you for attending my show on the Powers Now TV. I hope the information today was beneficial. If I could be of any assistance to you on buying or selling a home, please contact me at 951-316-0374. My name is Jenny Gonzalez with Keller Williams. My license number is 01249788. I've been licensed since 1998. And my website is jennygsaleshomes.com. And remember, the power is now to buy or sell real estate.
The Power is Now Media is worldwide with growing audience of future homebuyers, investors, builders, developers, real estate agents, and brokers. The Power is Now Media is well positioned to increase awareness and produce results for our growing roster of advertising partners. An advertisement on any of our platforms is the right step toward reaching and communicating key brand messages to a targeted network of individuals, families, and communities interested in housing. Our content areas include feature stories and profiles on successful real estate agents, business owners, government, and community leaders. The Power is Now magazines are the leading resource for real estate agents, mortgage bankers, entrepreneurs, and small home ownership businesses, providing leaders with business strategy information, resources, and tools through PIN, real estate, and programming guide magazines. Stay up to the minute with real estate and mortgage news and information from industry experts. VIP agents are able to feature listings each week. The Power is Now TV radio podcast features weekly shows that include Homebuyers Town Hall, Real Estate Roundtable, VIP Agent Spotlight, and so much more. Each week, VIP agents have opportunities to be featured guests on the shows. VIP agents can discuss and showcase houses, neighborhoods, and provide brief introduction. The interviews are unlimited 10 to 15 minutes on each current listing. This product alone separates you from your competition. The Power is Now delivers to you market update interview to promote listing weekly, promotional biographical video, co-host a bi-monthly Homebuyers Town Hall show, featured subject matter expert on Real Estate Roundtable show. The Power is Now Program Guide e-magazine. The Power is Now National e-magazine. Article writing and blogging. Social media content customization. Inclusion and press releases. Graphic design services. Business and performance coaching. Technology support. Referrals. Lead generation